Yeah, so it will be essay class for 9 days with breaks in between. Hopefully, we'll have some learning, some confusion. Okay, so altogether, but definitely there will be progress, hopefully. So this is how it will go. Little bit lecture, little bit exercise, little bit confusion. Altogether, things will move. These are the essays of 2024. Okay. What you will do, you write down the topics one after another. Okay. For each topic, you take at least 2 minutes. Don't be in hurry. Okay. Take 2 minutes, and then you write beside it what kind of essay this topic is. What kind of essay this topic requires you to write. Okay. Okay. So handout I am not giving now. Handout will come later on. Okay. Because essay does not require much of handout. Essay will require a lot of exercises. So wait for handout. That is a normal practice. It's an abnormal practice. So you write the topics, okay, but don't be in hurry to immediately write. Think about it 1 or 2 minutes. Like for example, that first topic is forest precedes civilizations, deserts. Sorry, it is follows them, not close them. Follows them. Okay. Desert follows them. Something wrong. Okay. So you think about it, then you write this side or below this, that this is it can be thematic, it can be philosophical, or it can be any other, whichever you think. Okay, but don't be in hurry to write, because what you are writing will decide your type of essay, and always think that that decision what you are making will decide your place in the race. Okay, whether in the front line or in the middle line or in the back line. Okay, so try to be in the front line. Therefore, you think that, okay, how can I identify the character of this topic. Okay, getting it. So therefore, each one will take. I know that by seeing it immediately you can fill up, but I am saying that don't do this. Okay, give 1 or 2 minutes of thought, then you write down. Fine. So start doing it. So 8 topics are there. 7 is showing. Another will show little. No, or it can show. Okay, fine. Maybe I'll further drag it, scroll it, it will come out. Give the date. Today's date is 23rd June. Finished. Anybody else who has not finished? I believe everybody has finished. Okay. So how many topics you find that within your control? Or how many topics you find that not absolutely away from control, not out of control, but a little maybe difficult or challenging? How many you find absolutely in your control? All 8. All 8. Anybody is there who felt all 8 are in control? Nobody. Okay. How many of you felt 4 of them are within your control? 4. There are many with 4. Okay. Keep it. Okay. We'll discuss on this, whatever you have written. Don't, there is no, put the date, and we'll discuss on this later. You all know that essay paper, the main exam begins with essay paper, and it is 250 marks. And nowadays, even toppers, many toppers get only 100. Okay, so it shows that scoring in essay is not becoming so easy. Those who are toppers means in the first 50 AIR, they are definitely very competent, prepared, but still in essay you may find many of them have not performed very well. But that doesn't mean that nobody is performing. You may also see that some candidates who have performed in essay very well, but unfortunately they have not performed in other subjects, therefore their rank is little later. So this is happening. 120 plus minus area, you will find many candidates are there, and huge number of candidates are in 100 plus minus area, 97, 98, 99, 103, 104, 105, 6 in this area. Just imagine that those who are in 100 plus minus area are in 120 plus minus area, then these whole toppers ranking would have become different, right? The persons on whom you don't have much of trust because uh, that person did not qualify because of the poor essay mark or something, that person would have become a topper or in a very front line competitor. Okay. So essay is an important subject. If essay marks is falling down, definitely UPSC as a recruiting agency, it has a role to bring it down. This year they have also introduced, I believe, next year it will be more evident that in option also they are bringing it down. Now for me is a very simple logic that if I have to take first 100 people, okay, from the list, then whether it starts from 500 or 1000 or 10,000, which way it matters. Now, the point where 100 people, is finished, so it is finished. So it has to be, it has to begin from 3,000 or so much, 1,000 marks. For me, it does not make any difference. Finally, I have to take 100. Whoever are top, I will take them. So it can be a position of UPSC. If that is the position, I am not sure, assumption. In that case, your planning should not be the kind of marks that came 3 years before or 2 years before. Okay, you'll have to think that in today's context, how maximum marks you can get. That doesn't mean that nobody is getting. Even in essay, there are 140 plus candidates. Okay, but very less. Earlier, if anybody is getting 120, you would say that he is very poor in essay. If somebody gets 120, not only that person, entire mahalla is khush. ठीक है, 120 मिल गया. So it's changing. And in those days 150, 60 was very normal. Now that 150, 60 quality is not better than 137 or 38 or 35 quality today. So therefore don't think that that person got 3 years or 4 years before 157, therefore he is superior than me. It may not be correct, it may be just illusory. You have to build up your strength in your own way, in your customized way, instead of becoming followers of others. And that perhaps a necessity in UPSC preparation. It is absolutely an individual interest at the end. Essay in that occupies an important position because essay paper is different from all other papers. All other papers, you read something and you reproduce it. May not be just verbatim reproduction, but your whatever you are writing is strongly influenced by whatever you have read in your text notes, whatever it may be, okay, or whatever you have listened to. Essay is something where whatever you have read, whatever you listen to, that may work very remotely, that may work very invisibly, but you'll have to write something, and that writing has to be creative, has to be innovative, has to be unique, has to be correct, has to be strong, and finally has to be competitive. And this exercise is absolutely your own. It will depend on your not textbook based knowledge, but textbook based knowledge of UPSC, your upbringing, your value formation, how your principles have been shaped in life, how you observe things, what kind of processes you have gone through. All these together, it is somewhere in your system, and that system will come out here and help you to develop a discussion. This is never a mere narrative, but it is narrative, it is examination, it is analysis, it is many things, and that you are doing based on whatever you are, your society, your family, your education, all things are finally clubbed and making a silent synergy and helping you to develop a discussion or construct a discourse. That is what is happening in essay. If you have good language, if you have good concept, if you have good speed, then it moves faster. If there is any problem anywhere, then it moves slower. And if serious problem is there, then you are stuck somewhere. Now, essay is a subject in which you can straightforward, you can add 20, 30 marks or maybe 40, 50 marks. This is possible. If you really interact with many candidates, they will say, yes, once I got 74, but this time I got 124. A huge number that person has added. Now, when he got 74, do you think that he was a substandard person? Or when he got 124, he has got a great talented person? Definitely not. It is a wrong reading of the person's capability. Okay, his position continues to be same, whether it is 124 or 74. But in between, he has done something so that those factors which were preventing him to reach 124, many of them have certainly been removed. That is why he has progressed. But still there can be many other factors which have not been removed, which are still existing and creating barriers. Therefore, he has to take a stop at 124. If those barriers are also removed, those challenges are also overcome, then you would have reached 134 or 144. Now, if that is the case, if you believe in that, then your way or your preparation in next several weeks will be to see that where the challenges lie for me and what I need to do within my time, within my energy, within my knowledge, within my all other capacities and occupations, commitments to overcome those challenges. And if you can make it systematic, methodic, it is possible to overcome many of the challenges. And when you are overcoming, you have to believe that overcoming challenges means adding to my coffer, adding to my score. Right. These 9 days thing, I will be helping you to some extent, right, to do that. Rest of the preparatory steps, measures will lie with you. Right. We will try to do as simple way as possible. Sometime maybe needful criticality will require. Sometime maybe unknowing confusion will be created. But all this, together will make us finally to progress. So this is, where essay's importance lies. And if on the first day of the exam, if you have not performed very confidently, then it may affect your second day's performance. So therefore, essay's performance on the first day has to be certainly better, so that your others, exams should not suffer because you have not done on the first day very well. Getting it? So therefore, essay not only contributes you on its own, but also it has an overarching impact on some other subjects which are very close to essay. And these 9 days will be taking you in a very spiraling mode to impart that capacity, that perception, and entire exercise will be individual enterprise. So therefore, whatever is happening here, take it seriously, because it may finally decide where you will be standing in the final result. Now, in this 9 days class, so far my class goes, it is free of encumbrances. First is that we accept that everybody is capable to write essay. That is the basic premise with what I start. Every writing is a model on its own. So therefore, there is nothing called a static model and we'll have to follow that. There is no icon. Every essay is a model. Therefore, you should not be obsessed that whether your essay is better than that model. You have to be, in your own way, every day better. It is called, a great man, a French philosopher, thinker, Jean-Paul Sartre. He gave in 1939, 1940, that it's called negation of negation. It's a new dialectics he gave that time. That every time you'll have to negate, you have to disown. Either you will do voluntarily or you will be forced to do that. That means what I am doing today, that is correct, that is valuable, but a better can be done tomorrow. This is called negation of negation, and negation doesn't mean it's rejecting that. It is always thinking that I have to be futuristic. Next day, something better can be done. So therefore, let me see that what all I could do in the last day and I failed, or I could not do due to some circumstantial barriers, so that today I can again exercise and overcome. Sartre says that actually life goes this way, but this exercise is done in an unconscious manner, unplanned manner. But when the same exercise is done through a planned manner, then only creativity takes place, innovation takes place, and a more optimistic world is created, a positive development takes place. So that is what I believe. So therefore, everybody is capable. Those who are habitually silent, their mind may be working better than those who are habitually talkative. Those who are habitually talkative, they may have huge confidence that needs to be respected, but those who are silent may be great observer, great thinker. So therefore, both these sides are very valuable to me. So therefore, never think that if you are not speaking, then I am taking a different impression about you. but always if you talk, it helps others to learn more. Next is, this course will not give you any essay-oriented theory, essay-oriented knowledge, essay-oriented information. Whatever is your existing knowledge, whatever your existing capacity, I believe that that is good enough to write wonderful essays. So therefore, don't think that to write essay, you have to go for a new set of knowledge gathering, learning process. You just believe in your existing knowledge and we will be working on that. So your knowledge, your information, your insight, all things are good enough to write a great essay. What we will try to do here, we will try to make you believe that you have knowledge, you have your insight, you have your perception. That is what, and that can be, imported into essay writing. But at the same time, there is always importance of new knowledge, new insight, and otherwise how that negation of negation, that dialectical process will go. So a person who is too obsessed that I don't have knowledge but that person is having, or I have enough knowledge that person is not having, both are wrong in their own way. Here we will believe that I have some knowledge, but there is nothing wrong to acquire new knowledge. So therefore, there will be a constant quest, constant process to acquire new knowledge, skill, insight, perception, information. We will try to do that too. Many of you might have come from that background where you have developed practice of writing. It may be poetry, it may be text, it may be other things. There may be candidates who did not get this opportunity, therefore they did not get opportunity to write text, write poetry. These differences will be there. But every person can write something, and we will begin from there. Whatever you are writing, we will take it as a positive step to write better tomorrow. So therefore, don't fear, don't hesitate to write something. There can be few spelling mistakes, few grammatical mistakes, few mistakes in sentence construction. There is none on the earth perfect. You are one of those imperfect persons. So therefore, don't think that you are alone. You are actually in the majority. So try with that. You will see that you are improving, you are progressing. This whole class will be going in an interactive manner. That means, I will speak sometime, but sometime you will also speak. There will be a lot of interactions in between. All interactions, whether in a lighter mode or serious mode, finally, it ends up with a purpose, with an objective. Nothing in the classroom will happen which has no link to your exam, to your upskilling. So whether it is lighter side or serious side, always think that maybe that is somewhere helping me to learn further. Every day when the class will end, you must feel that yes, something new has happened in the class. If you feel nothing new has happened today, then that day's class has not become good and you are not responsible, facilitator, moderator is responsible. So every day at the end of the class, you must feel that either knowledge or technique or approach or method, somewhere something new has happened, which I knew maybe partially, but I knew little more, or I did not know, but I have got exposed to this. This whole 9 days will be mostly exercise based, though it is exercise based, but we will not write essay maybe 50% of the time of the classes. Okay. So we'll be writing essay at a much later part. Fine. So if you find that अरे essay कब लिखेंगे, okay. So don't worry, you will get time for writing essay, but we'll write essay maybe a bit later. You can ask question at any time. You can also go out if there is any emergency, but don't go just casually. You are no more a casual person when you are going for the UPSC CSE main. And we'll be discussing your favorite essays called thematic and philosophical both. But when, how those things will be coming in our discussion, we don't know. But maybe at some point of time, they will also come in. So this is how the class will go. We will give a break for 5 minutes, maybe after 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Okay. Otherwise, the class will continue. Every day there will be little bit of homework without affecting your very important and serious studies other than essay. So because essay is a peripheral subject, and a stepmotherly. Okay, so therefore that stepmotherly subject will not, should not affect your core area of concentration. So we'll do this way so that you feel that no, essay did not disturb where I will get lump sum number. Okay. So this is how the class will go. Whenever you find that something need to be asked, you need your personal clarification or personal intervention. Don't think that how others will feel. I will not feel anything. Okay, and that should be enough for you to feel liberty and freedom to ask any question. So this is how the broad guidelines are set. Okay. Let us proceed slowly. We'll proceed step by step. Now, already you have done 24 essays. Now, if you make an analysis of the essays in last couple of years, maybe last 4 or 5 years, okay, then what you will find that there are essays where topics are given in a way either you can agree with that or you may disagree with that. This kind of topics have been given, and sometimes it wants opposition or counter argument. It may not always require opposition, that is very polarized position, but it may require different or alternative positions, alternative stands. Right. So one is very polarized position, and it is not polarized position, but there is disagreement. Then and another thing comes nowadays that the topic appears in one way, okay, like philanthropers or political leaders, but in the core they are different. Okay. So subject matter of the actual essay is different from what it appears generally. Okay, that requires an inner look. Okay, going to the next layer, that behind this soft smile, what cruelty is hiding, and or behind this rude behavior, what softness is existing. Right. Subject matter is different from what it appears in the topic. So apparently it looks like, a subject, but it may not be the subject. Like, for example, the first is a forest, it may not be forest, that kind of thing. But word is forest, but it may not be forest at all. It may not be, trying to know anything about forest. And then sometimes they give very strange words. Okay. Now those who think that if I look at the Hindi version of it, then I will get a solution, then they have also placed a similar kind of critical person to make a critical word. So therefore, after looking at Hindi language, it does not give you solution. When it does not give you solution, two things happen to you. One, because of these undue exercise, you have lost time. Time is important. You have also got little upset. इसको लिखना चाहता था लेकिन है ना ये जगह पर. So unnecessary hangover. Then you'll have to shift to another topic and again start thinking. So your time management, your time calculation is somewhere upset. Again, don't think that it is done without intention. Okay. बहुत धुरंधर एजेंसी है यूपीएससी. So you have to take all these difficulties and challenges to negotiate. That is what in life of bureaucrat, nothing is predictable, mostly unpredictable, mostly difficult. Okay, but they have to negotiate. So same exercise you'll have to do here. So this is how UPSC's essays are given nowadays. This is different from the topics given earlier. Like earlier they have given that education in the school is not everything. Okay, but after ending school, actual education begins. Fine. Now education is the center here. Fine. Now that means education in school has one meaning, and education after school, out of school, has another meaning. Now these contrasting meaning you'll have to unearth, and then you'll have to make a synergy, and you'll have to make a connectivity between them, and then establish what will be finally, that kind of thing. So education remains in the center stage, but nowadays it may not be that way. Fine. So education is there, as I said, that you may be thinking, okay, it is on education, but it may not be talking about education, and it may be trying to take you to some other level. So this is the is a kind of thing which is happening. So it's a new generation topic. Okay, these new generation topic requires new way of thinking about the topic. It requires new way of understanding the topic. It also requires new way of writing the essay. In many cases, these new way of thinking, new way of understanding, and if this new way of thinking and understanding do not take place, then new way of essay writing also will not take place. If that happens, then there is a mismatch. That means essay topic is new generation topic, but your writing is old generation or old style. So there is a mismatch. This mismatch cannot add strength to your essay. It can maximum take your essay to a standard, getting it, but which is far from the competitive level. So therefore you are writing an essay which is a standard essay, which is maybe correct essay, but that is not a competitive essay. This prevents you to take your number to the competitive level. Will you appreciate it? Okay. Now, these cannot be a major barrier. If that becomes major barrier for UPSC mains candidate, then it is unfortunate. Only for that a person is losing marks. That means you will have to somehow try that I am here to write a new generation essay to match the new generation topics. And that is what all will do. That is what it is called orientation course. Fine. Now, I personally believe that actually everybody should do. All UPSC candidates should, but there is always ego. How come that, I can beg something from the stepmotherly person? It happens, okay. But I believe that those who are already capable, they can upskill them further. It is actually beneficial, okay. But I believe that at the end you will find that course is becoming beneficial, because course when is conducted, these premises, these necessity have been kept in mind. So those who are attending, they will get some benefit, if not all of this. I believe you will also feel that. So this is how the new generation, essays or something that I was telling. Now you may believe that, it is like your mobile phone. You are taking a photograph. Now whatever your lens will see within the frame, only that much will come. Your imagination cannot come in the frame. Only whatever lens is saying, that will come. It's a very simple logic, simple science, same thing. Now whatever you will think about the topic, that will reflect in the essay. What you are not thinking, that cannot reflect in the essay. That means your thought, how you are thinking about the topic, is very crucial. What you are not thinking, impossible to reflect. And if it reflects, it can be only an accident. Now, accidental performance can happen. It's called accidental performance, accidental number. But it is always better that if you make it well informed intervention. Are you getting? Okay. For example, that now the season is changing. Sneezing, coughing, little viral will be very common in next couple of days maybe. Okay. Everybody will have a medicine. ठीक है, थोड़ा अदरक से चाय पी लो, ठीक है, थोड़ा है ना तेज पत्ता से कुछ कर लो, थोड़ा इससे कर लो. Everybody will have. Some of them it may work, or it may not work, but finally that problem might have been subsided. And since it is subsided after telling this, therefore this is the medicine. Are you getting it? This is accidental. A correlation establishing between these two is very difficult. At least in my life, I might have got 25 different prescriptions when I got that problem. Okay. Getting it? Now, so that is called accidental. But, a very critical exam like UPSC CSE should not be left for your accidental performance. It is better to make it the outcome of your systematic preparation. This informs that understanding of the essay topic is important. Fine. If you want to make it very systematic performance, then you will appreciate that you will have to understand the topic very correctly. Fine. That is what we have done now. Okay, all 24 topics we have tried to understand. We will later see that, whether there is any error, any gap, anything, but let it be there. Fine. So understanding the topic is very important. The essay topic in UPSC mains often looks critical. You might have also seen some of them are not giving so comfort zone. Fine. As you progress, you might have seen it is taking little more time. Fine. If it happens, nothing unnatural has happened. It has happened everywhere with everybody, those who are mains preparation. And not only in this year, even 23 essays, 21 essays, 22 essays, same thing happened. So therefore, nothing unusual thing has happened. So therefore, don't think that something unusual is happening. Maybe I am not capable. All this rubbish thinking don't encourage. Then the nature and language of essay topics are different from other UPSC and PSC exams. Okay, this is the only exam where essay topics are becoming very critical. Many of you are exposed to PSC essay topics. You don't feel much problem, maybe little information gap, but the kind of struggle that you have to do in this particular type of essay, it does not happen to any other exam in the country. So therefore, it needs a different kind of skill, different kind of capacity, different kind of confidence, different kind of correctness. Correctness of what? Correctness of understanding the topic. That understanding the topic, we fondly say, to make it critical, decoding. Fine. Okay. So decoding of the topic, okay. If you remove decoding, make it simpler, then understanding of the topic, okay, is very important. But there is little difference between code and understanding. So therefore, decoding may be more closer to appropriation. Then decoding has to be completed faster but correctly. In exam hall, time is important. Okay, even now you find that too much of things to do and too little time. So time is always running short. Okay, so already UPSC or government prepares in the preparation stage itself that bureaucrat will always feel अगर 24 घंटा अगर 48 घंटा हो जाता तब तो मैं काम खत्म कर देता. So this process already has begun, and then next 30 years you have to be ready for that. Okay, time हमेशा आपको लगेगा बहुत कम हो गया. ठीक है, तो ये जो है time management becomes very important. You will be always overburdened with the work which your time can accommodate. So far, maybe in most of your life, you find that क्या करे आज, चलो है ना, आज कुछ नहीं है, इतना कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, चलो है ना, थोड़ा गोलगप्पा खा, कुछ नहीं है हाथ में, ठीक है. बट लेटर ऑन यू विल से भाई ये उधर शादी में भी जाना है, 2 मीटिंग भी है, फिर उसको फोन भी करना है, कब करे. जस्ट ऑपोजिट. Getting it is a great transformation. Okay, this transformation process has already started. Fine. So therefore, you'll have to do this decoding. Okay, or in a simpler term, understanding of the topic as fast as possible. Okay, but at the same time, as correct as possible. Fine. If you are not doing correctly but doing it faster, then there will be an accident. Fine. If you are taking too much time to make it correct, ठीक है, then घंटी बज जाएगी. Getting it? So the whole things are time bound, are concentration bound, are skill bound. So you'll have to develop skill, you'll have to develop concentration. Also, you'll have to learn that within a time I'll have to do. That means you'll have to fix that every topic I will decode by 2 minutes time. Getting it? 3 minutes time, half a minute time, 20 seconds time, 10 seconds time. Different timeline can be given. Then you have to think क्या 10 seconds ज़्यादा adventurous नहीं हो जाएगा? Getting it? Suicidal तो नहीं हो जाएगा? अच्छा, अगर इसको 3 मिनट किया जाए तो क्या वो उस तरफ से suicidal हो जाएगा? Getting it? So for you, okay, there has to be a customized time. That is why I'm saying finally it becomes an individual enterprise. Your friend is taking 1 minute, therefore if you take 1 minute and 20 seconds, then your whole sky is on your head. No need of this kind of thinking. Okay, so a person can have 1 minute, another person may have 1 minute 30 seconds or 20 seconds. Let your own timing be set. Getting it? So that setting of a time of decoding will help you to manage time, will help you to manage energy, and then that 1 minute time should be absolutely driven to achieve correctness. There is no room for failure here. Fine. So correctness is the only achievement, only objective. So at the end it should be correct. Getting in? So time management, energy management, but correct. So that correctness is the common goal which everybody is trying. So that is where they are converging. Getting it? So topic understanding is very crucial, because your understanding will be reflecting in your writing, in your talking, in your behavior. Whatever you believe, that will reflect in your behavior. As simple as this. Right? Now, this is not an easy exercise. Okay, it is quite a difficult, critical exercise. It will take, several rounds to come, if not absolute correctness, at least towards correctness. And never target that absolute correctness. There is nothing called absolute correctness. It's always relative. Fine. So always you make your relative. That means, you come from the central line to the correct, area. Try to cross central line. Never remain this side. Cross central line and try to see that how much you can push, how much you can push. Getting it? So this is what we'll be doing partially here, and we'll be doing until you are, in the select list, final select list. Right? I will just, make you to run, winning the race in your hand. Agreed? Fine. Any question? Confusion enough? I am giving a topic. I don't know whether it is there or not. Yes. So this is the topic. Reservation is no fundamental right, it is mere affirmative action. Try to understand this topic or try to decode this topic. You see that how much minutes you are taking. As I said, that time is yours. Done. Anybody is still left? Not finished? All I have done. Fine. Okay. So spontaneously, I will take only 3 or 4 hands. So any courageous, person is there who can raise the hand first? Yes, 1, 2, 3. One more. 4. Done. Okay. Who will start? Who will start? Of you. Fine.
Traditionally, the last being subjected to the grades.
There's only this much. फाइव मिनट्स में एक लाइन आ गया, और कुछ नहीं आया? हाँ, और कुछ नहीं आ रहा है? नहीं, आपने what you write as what you all have thought. No, I am asking about the thought process. Line तो है, समझ गया.
And then we can discuss that it is a fundamental right. Apart from that, we can talk about what other affirmative actions we can take apart from reservations. Then different degrees of reservation for different sections like women, elderly, children, disabled or backwards, or even religious minorities, linguistic minorities. Then we can come to a conclusion, which is my stand, which I have witnessed. We need reservation as of now, but it is not conducive in the long run. We should teach a man how to fish, but currently reservation is allowing the man the opportunity to go on the river banks and fish.
Yes.
So basically, I will explain we have permutation and a fundamental right reservation in some sort, and then need for reservation. So I will explain need, and then I will go for why reservation is not fundamental right, but is mere affirmative, and then pros and cons of reservation being a fundamental right, and then
What is the pros? What is the cons?
Like if reservation is there, it can correct. If we are taking affirmative action, it can correct all like historical injustice, and can also enable people. It can enable equality of status and opportunity and all those things. But if it is a fundamental right, then it may be kind of a permanent thing, or it can be like like court can be bound. Then court can also ask. So court can also interfere in this.
Judicial intervention.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that can also be there. So that thing is there, and then complementarity of affirmative action and fundamental right. That thing is there, and then can there be any alternative to reservation to bring equality? So for that there are few things like solving root cause, and then capacity enhancement is there, and then we can aware people. Those things are there. So alternative and complementarity is good.
Right. Okay. So then, women is last because patriarchal values told me that women will speak last, eat last, grow last. So therefore, you are last.
So, yeah, I said that it is basically Adhuta already done.
Anybody else, which is something different from whatever these four persons have said? 1, 2, 3, fine. 4, again 4, fine. Start. This time women first.
The reservation which is provided in our country is for the entry level. Like if we have to enter an examination, then the reservation will be there. But what about the further steps? Because once the person is there in the college or in some profession, then there is no reservation. So the person has to face the real competition there. And the people who are getting the reservation on the entry level, they face the real problem when they enter the step. Also, somewhere it is leading to compromisation in the quality of like fields of academia or also some professional spheres also. Then there are things like there are further issues such as brain drain because people there is a larger section of the society or of especially the youth who want to just ignore or want to get away from this entire aspect of reservation because they think that it is not very justified. So they try to get go outside the country and work there. Then there needs to be some change in the criteria of reservation as well because there are certain people from particular communities who have already reached to a pinnacle and they are not ready to give away their privileges of reservation because of which the real people who really need the benefits of reservation are not really getting that because for example if somebody has got a good like job and he belongs to a particular community who have reserved seats. So obviously the person will go give good education and other resources to his or her children. So obviously they are on a better place. But somebody who is coming from the same community and they are also getting reservation, but they not get a chance to be there on the reserved seat because they don't have the resources. Secondly, the people who introduced the reservation aspect in the constitution, they did it for temporary basis only. It was not a permanent affirmative action which was introduced, but they did not add the deadline to it. And no governance or nobody is trying to bring that deadline to it. So that is also a problem.
Fine. Okay. Yes.
I interpret the statement as why we need to do this more than it's like an opposition statement. That is, it says it is merely an about cash. And I say it is not just a mere about cash. So I introduced by saying that why we needed the assertion first place, the history of that, the historical wrongs and everything like that. In every following paragraph, I will first say why search is not needed. That's the flow of assertion. And then I opposite that by saying why we need solution. That's the statement was not completed like that. Okay? For example, if we say that the solution is not truly providing equality, as only few people are getting opportunities for by that. We can say equality is more, equity is more important than equality, and like that, we can say that even in last 7 decades, the very less difference has made the society. Even today, we can see very big social wrongs and everything. But we can see in the opposition that even if it's a long period process, the inequalities were happening for last 3,000 years, and in just 7 decades, the difference would be very less. So, like that, contradicting, and by concluding that, the importance of reservation is to provide equal status and opportunities for all the people, rather than just merely affirmative action.
Yes.
Affirmative action. So why it is only affirmative action? Whether the regularity, and another could be the why it shouldn't be a mere apart from the and then other than if the return of father of and after that the main one should be the reservation has actually not solved the problem in India. The distribution is like come out of still not able to come out of the discriminatory part. But a lot of people who are not getting reservation, not getting to the quality that yes, discriminatory against the places and places. So it is just a mere affirmative action. That's my point.
Yes, yellow, west.
So I actually three words from the title. It was reservation, fundamental rights, and affirmative action. So sir, I would have started with saying what are fundamental rights basically. So they are the basic rights to all humans, which try to establish equity and equality in the society. And then on this thing I would have proceeded. The second thing I would have written, what is affirmative action? Affirmative action is basically a policy, a mere duty to ensure equality by the legitimate authority of the state. And then I would have touched upon what is reservation. The purpose of reservation is to establish equity and equality in the society. So it concurs more with fundamental rights rather than with the affirmative action. So reservation is a fundamental right. It is not merely a policy or a affirmative action. But now due to increasing politicization, we are basically negating its core values of establishing equity and equality. And then I would have proceeded to write the way forward, which should be that dynamic reservation and American model of equality.
Okay. So I have given reasonable freedom. Okay. Fine. So enough freedom, enough liberty. So you cannot say that, I have reserved it. Okay. So you got it, free hand. Okay. Now see that what is the difference from answer writing of a GS paper and what is an essay writing. Okay. This is what I am demonstrating later on. You'll have to do this. Okay. Now, all that, 8 persons have said, for most courageous and for little less courageous, but all that 8 persons have said are actually representing the entire house. Okay. Now, when you are doing it, you are occupied with the kind of reservation policy that is existing in India, the kind of constitutional arrangement here, right? Suddenly, Dr. Ambedkar's picture is dancing before you. Indian Constitution is dancing before you. All that was there. So when you are trying to say that is what 2 persons have tried to say, please open up further. Please open up further. Okay. Now this is very common. Okay, nothing wrong in that. Fine. But if you are writing a GS answer, this is excellent. But essay writing is different. Now what is that? In this, reservation is no fundamental right, it is mere affirmative action. There are a lot of traps. What is that trap? First is reservation. Very often in our society, we talk about reservation. Now those popular discourse on reservation is haunting you. Fine. That reservation is based on caste, based on this, based on economy, all kind of things, that is haunting you. Okay, that has haunted you. So primarily, okay, you are obsessed with that. That was influencing your mind. Clear? That is first. Secondly, fundamental right, suddenly Constitution Article 14 onward, you started remembering 14, 15, 16, 17, getting it. There is a second trap. Fine. So topic wanted to push you into that domain. Okay, to that narrow area. Fine, it's a trap. then it's the affirmative action. Okay, so affirmative action, Supreme Court has said, Ambedkar has said, this has said, that has said, so affirmative action, fine, and that was occupying you, fine. If you are writing a GS answer, it is it's excellent, but essay nowhere says it is about India. Does it say? Why you did not notice? Getting it? Now, who told you that you will have to always believe that if there is a word anywhere on reservation, fundamental right, and affirmative, it is definitely about India's reservation policy? Where? Where this topic indicates that. Are you getting it? Where anywhere this topic indicates about this, but you are thinking about reservation in, in education, reservation in UPSC list, reservation in UPSC cutoff, and in a narrow area, a very self interest area. Either you are a beneficiary of reservation, you are a not beneficiary of reservation, you have polarized yourself. Are you getting a subjective position you have taken? Now, do you believe a bureaucrat should take a subjective decision? Bureaucrat should take an objective decision or subjective decision? Objective. You have taken a subjective decision predominantly. Now, if a person is taking a subjective decision in the month of August, in 22nd of August, do you think that that person deserves to be a bureaucrat in February 2026? Can there be any revolutionary change of that person's? No. Right? So therefore, it is inviting, okay, a danger into the system. Are you getting my point? Anywhere it is says, do you think that fundamental right cannot be discussed, or it was not never discussed unless Indian constitution was framed? There is no concept of fundamental right. There is no concept of fundamental right beyond Indian constitution. Do you believe that personally? Are you getting my point? Now, affirmative action, okay. Now, do you think that it is, the ownership of a few people, or it is just a concept? Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? Okay. Now, reservation of forest land for animals, okay, must be considered as fundamental rights of animal life. Therefore, government should take affirmative policy towards this direction. Can it be interpreted out of it? Can it be? Possibility is there. So why did you leave that opportunity then? Are you getting my point? There can be 5 different kind of interpretations. One of them can be education reservation of SC, ST, EWS, so much. That is only one. That is not exclusive. That is not the only. But you have reduced to be an only one. Are you getting my point? Are you understanding me? Are you getting my point? So if you have thought this way, so your essay also will be written this way. So therefore, I was forcing you to talk more. More you are talking means more you are writing, more you are exposed. Getting in, more your subjectivity will be prominent in the essay paper. Are you getting my point? Now, are you thinking that no, there are many windows? I could have opened that. Are you getting my point? Getting it? This is what is called decoding. This is what is called decoding. Are you getting it? This is a fast round of exercise. Okay, and you found that, less than 2 months before the exam, okay, you are decoding basic things, which is, as I said, it is primary step of good essay writing, is defective, not wrong, not disastrous, but there are a lot of dangers underlying it. Do you appreciate this? Getting in? Lot of subjectivity is still influencing you very strongly in understanding things, in interpreting things. Getting? Now, if UPSC finds that a person is hitting the door of bureaucracy with lot of subjectivity, and out of 1009 candidates, if 700 comes with that kind of subjectivity, then what would happen to these group of bureaucracy after 20 years? It will be a burden, liability for the government, for the state, for the nation. You're getting it? Because 700 subjective persons will be dominating the policy decision, will be dominating the execution of policy, will be dominating the actions of the state, of the government, of the, any institutions. Will it be very healthy for a country? Are you getting my point? Now, if you get, after writing an excellent essay with excellent English and excellent examples, less number, you will say that UPSC has not given number properly. Are you getting the mismatch? That is what I was telling earlier. Is it because of your knowledge problem? Whatever I said, does it look, it is coming from an alien world? No. This thought is possible without any new reading. Your existing knowledge, existing observation, existing capacity of thinking can permit you to think this way too. Are you getting it? This is what is essay writing. This is what is decoding. Fine. Now, where you have then gone wrong. Okay. You have gone wrong that reservation. Fine. Okay. That what all meaning can be brought out, can be extracted out of reservation. Okay. Am I understanding it subjectively? Am I understanding it objectively? As I told you, that take time. Think more. Okay. Can other thought be also attributed to this? Is it very difficult? Is it impossible for you? No. Fine. Does it require a great, what you call background, or only ordinary wisdom? Clear? So then fundamental, okay, a right which is very crucial. It does not say about Indian Constitution's Part 3 fundamental right. Did it say that? It says a right which is very crucial, very essential, very inevitable, unavoidable. So fundamental can have different connotations. Do you understand me? Fine. But you have thought immediately fundamental means Part 3 Indian Constitution. That is not the bureaucratic way of thinking. This is a common people way of thinking. You're getting it? You are a different person. A bureaucrat is a different person. A specialized doctor is a different person. Getting it? A great footballer is a different person. A great musician is a different person. He thinks music different way. He thinks football different way. Getting it? You are a prospective bureaucrat. You think word in a different way. You understand meaning in a different way. Are you getting my point? Getting? Next is affirmative action. Affirmative actions means an action which affirm. It is not linking with Dr. Ambedkar or anybody. It may be. I can link it. But that is only one link. There can be several other linkages. Getting it? I am not saying that linking Ambedkar is wrong. But linking only with Ambedkar is narrow, is limited. Getting it? This is one of the references. This is not the references. Getting? Now, if you do this way, now the person who will think in this way, his essay with little spelling mistake, little sentence articulation problem, and the person with excellent English and excellent spelling with the first one, finally examiner will appreciate whom? Are you getting? Fine. So you agree upon? Now you would, feel restlessness inside. You'll have to develop. कि ये मेरे से कैसे हो गया? Unless you think that ये गलतियां मेरे से कैसे हो गया? Getting it? मैं अभी 6 महीना बाद शायद मैंने एक बुरोक्रेट बन जाऊंगा. How do I do this mistake today? और 2 महीना बाद मुझे ऐसे लिखना है. Why should I afford to do this kind of mistake? It develop a restlessness, develop a determination to be, not in the central line but towards correctness. Fine. This much can be done. and this much I am telling you is enough. You read it, you will get some point. Got it? Sure. See, मौसम खराब हो रहा है, ठीक है, कभी भी है ना, कुछ भी हो सकता है, ठीक है, मौसम बिगड़ रहा है, ठीक है, इसलिए एक ब्रेक लेना अच्छा है, उसके बाद फिर शांत हो जाएंगे, फिर शुरू करेंगे, झंझट चलेगा ही चलेगा, ठीक है, थोड़ा बहुत मौसम खराब ही चलेगा अभी। चलिए 5 मिनट का ब्रेक, और शांत हो जाइए, फिर है ना नया धमाका आएगा, ठीक है। क्योंकि आपस में आप लोगों के अंदर भी एक छोटा सा डिस्कशन होना चाहिए। यस, क्या हो गया, तुम्हें क्यों प्रॉब्लम हो गया?
एक्सरसाइज कर रहे थे।
वो तो मैं करूंगा बाद में, तुम अभी रहने दो।
मैं पूछ रहा था कि आप मतलब जब आप कह रहे थे कि आप सोचो उस टाइम पे और सोचो, तो मतलब किस डायरेक्शन मतलब सोचना चाहिए? जब मैंने
कोई डायरेक्शन में दिया ही नहीं इसमें।
हाँ, क्योंकि
मैं छोड़ दिया था।
सबसे पहले मेरे दिमाग में आया कि मैं इसको कैटेगराइज कर देता हूँ फिलोसफी और थीमेटिक, पर मैंने कहा मेरा बायस है, क्लास मैंने पहले मतलब वो चीज मैंने कहा मेरा बायस है कि ये मैं उस जोन में नहीं जाता है, मैं रुक गया। मैं सोचा कि अगर मैं एग्जाम में बैठा और मेरे सामने ये टॉपिक, तब मैं क्या सोचता, मैंने जैसे टॉपिक पढ़ी तो मेरे को लगा ये टॉपिक में गड़बड़ लग रहा है, मतलब उतना नहीं खुलेगा जितना मुझे लग रहा है, तो मैं आगे बढ़ गया, मतलब बस इतना सोचा। फिर जैसे जैसे करके 2 टॉपिक पे नैरो डाउन हुआ कि यहाँ पे मैं खोल सकता हूँ, तो वो चीज सोचा था किस डायरेक्शन में, कोई स्पेशल डायरेक्शन
बाद में करें, उसको रहने दो।
जो टॉपिक था, मतलब पहले एक तरह से ये मतलब टाइप के बारे में जनरल जो अभी सोसाइटी में है, उसके बाद यहाँ पे जैसे मैं इसको थोड़ा मतलब जैसे पॉलिसीज पे ले गया, जैसे मतलब अपने अपने पहले क्लोज्ड इकोनॉमी था, उसके बाद अपन ने मतलब इसको रिजर्वेशन की तरह ही
नहीं, इकोनॉमी में रिजर्वेशन हो सकता है कि आप पोटैटो को रिजर्वेशन देंगे, ओनियन को नहीं देंगे, तो कहीं ने बोला नहीं है कि ये रिजर्वेशन पोटैटो के ऊपर नहीं हो सकता। मान लीजिए आप स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज को देंगे, कुछ बोला ही नहीं है।
इसके बाद उसको एफआर की तरह नहीं लेते हुए अपन ने एलपीजी रिफॉर्म्स कर दिया, अफर्मेटिव सेक्शन की तरह दिया, इसको एक में नहीं होता है। एक मैंने बताया थॉट प्रोसेस को, कि मानो अपने कोई थॉट्स हैं तो अपन उसको एक मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो मतलब वो ही रहेंगे, अपन जैसे मतलब एक तरह से अपन उसको उठने के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं एक तरह से। बाद में जब अपना मतलब कैपेसिटी बढ़ जाए तो उसके बाद वो चेंज भी होती है, परमानेंट कुछ भी नहीं होता, इसको इस तरीके से देखा गया। और बाकी एक ये वाला पॉइंट था, ये थोड़ा मेरे को लग रहा नहीं इसमें मैच होगा, जैसे ये वाला डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड।
क्यों नहीं होगा, आपका लिखने का ऊपर है, कैसे आप लिखेंगे, प्रेजेंट करेंगे,
ये भी हो सकता है कि ये भी
बहुत ओपन है सब टॉपिक बहुत ओपन दिए हैं, है ना, आप लोग नैरो कर दिए हैं, ठीक है, ऐसे करते जाइए, ठीक है। इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है, क्या हो गया, तुम डांटोगे अभी कि
it's open-ended, it has many dimensions. So how we are actually writing the paper?
अभी राइटिंग हम लोग कर ही नहीं रहे हैं।
Means how to frame the.
अभी तो है ना बरसात होने दो, उसके बाद तुम डिसाइड करोगे कि है ना पानी जम गया, अभी कैसे जाएंगे। अभी तो पानी जमने दो, अभी तो सिर्फ मौसम बादल छाए हुए हैं, ठीक है। व्हाट यू हैव टू डू, जब आपको एक टॉपिक मिलेगा, ओके, फर्स्ट यू आइडेंटिफाई द वर्ड्स देयर, ओके, टॉपिक का अंदर कुछ वर्ड्स रहता है, ठीक है, व्हिच वर्ड इज इंपॉर्टेंट आई डोंट, बट नोटिस द वर्ड्स, लाइक रिजर्वेशन इज अ वर्ड, fundamental is a word, right, fundamental right is not a word, fundamental is a word, right is another word, आपने उसको क्लब कर दिया है। So fundamental right one word, but fundamental is a separate word, you know, right, fundamental means fundamental right, वो आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से आ रहा है ना, टॉपिक में ऐसा नहीं बोला है। So fundamental is a word, okay, right is a word, वो एफर्मेटिव एक्शन का अंदर भी 2 वर्ड्स है, आपने एफर्मेटिव एक्शन जो पढ़े हैं उसी का आधार पर किए हैं, है ना, वो नहीं है। एफर्मेटिव इज एन इंडिपेंडेंट वर्ड, इज सॉवरेन वर्ड, ठीक है। एक्शन इज अनदर वर्ड, देन एफर्मेटिव एक्शन हैज अनदर मीनिंग, एफर्मेटिव हैव वन मीनिंग, एक्शन हैज अनदर मीनिंग। दिस इज हाउ यू हैव टू लुक एट द वर्ड्स, है ना, डोंट बी ऑब्सेस्ड, ओके, दैट इज आई एम सेइंग टेक टाइम, ओके, डोंट जंप, ओके, शायद मैं कुछ मिस कर रहा हूं, शायद इसका अंदर कुछ है, getting it, a kind of inquisitive mind, in kind of critical mind, Okay, that is what you develop, but not too critical, तब तो एग्जाम निकल जाएगा. ठीक है, सब रीजनेबल एरिया में रखिए. फिर एक्सप्लेनेशन अबाउट स्टेप्स फॉर डिकोडिंग. फर्स्ट कीवर्ड्स. कीवर्ड्स के जब मीनिंग देखेंगे तो उसका मीनिंग और स्कोप ऑफ द वर्ड्स, ठीक है, इसका क्या क्या स्कोप हो सकता है, ठीक है, इसको देखिए. फाइन. ओके. देन don't keep any social bias, economic bias, gender bias, religious bias. You are a bureaucrat. You will be performing only the duties according to the constitution. Getting it? It's a veil of ignorance. Getting it? So you will have to take the position, okay, keeping a veil before you. So no social, no economic. So you have taken a social bias. Fine. So that biasness, that prejudices, is not permissible for a bureaucrat. A judiciary, a person may be belonging to one religion, one caste, one ethnicity, but when he is occupying the chair, he knows only jurisprudence. Getting it? He knows only principle of, a person who is waging a war, he may be a very peaceful person. Getting it? He may be a very accommodative person, but he is, now he is in war front. And he knows that when I am doing it, lot of destruction, but he personally does not want it. But he is performing a duty. Are you getting it? Okay. This is the kind of thing. So when you are doing, you are just keeping that I am a budding bureaucrat. Okay. So I must show all these features, okay, when I am doing it. Then not society or country specific. Nowhere आपको topic बोल रहा है कि आप country specific की society specific हो. ठीक है, आपने बार बार आवर सोसाइटी नहीं बोला है. Are you getting it? Okay. So this is what is the basic step. If you do it, you will see that some improvement is coming. ठीक है, वो some improvement का तलाश में रहिए कि जो मैं इस बार में किए हैं, नेक्स्ट राउंड में थोड़ा सा इंप्रूवमेंट होगा, हल्का सा. ठीक है, सारे गामा का सा आ ही नहीं रहा है, सा ही आ ही नहीं रहा है. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट राउंड में थोड़ा बहुत आ रहा है. बोले नहीं ठीक ठाक है, लेकिन और कुछ दिन तुझे लगेगा. ठीक है, लेकिन ठीक है. वो जो ठीक है, that is the beginning. I think that is the beginning. That is not humiliation. That is the encouragement. Are you getting? Okay, that I can move a step forward. Okay, start thinking this way that I'm a positive person who can move a step forward. If he can move one step forward, then why not 100 steps forward? That is restlessness. That is determination. Getting it? So if I can do one, then I can do two. Then why not two? Getting it? This is how you start doing it, and you will see the result. Clear? Fine. All have agreed? Fine. Digitization would lead to the creation of dehumanized society. Digitization would lead to the creation of dehumanized society. Digitization would lead to the creation of dehumanized society. Fine. I am giving you 5 to 6 minutes time. Done. So many minutes have gone. Oh. Okay. Have you noticed one thing, that when you are doing, you got little alert? You are thinking twice before, giving any opinion. Have you noticed it? Okay. So if it has happened to you, okay, that means you are progressing. Right. So are you feeling any difference that first time when you are decoding and this time when you are decoding, your method is slightly changing? Fine. Now, before coming to this class also you have decoded. Fine. That kind of decoding and right now whatever decoding you have done, okay, do you find a difference is happening? Fine. If you find that the difference is happening, okay, don't think about correctness. Fine. I think a dhamaka may फिर come back. but still you are progressing. Right? And that progress you count. And again, dhamaka don't count. Right? And that no, I am changing. Okay. Next step is that if I am changing, then why not I am changing in a faster manner, in a better manner, in a stronger manner. This is the only little bit things you'll have to do. Right? By the time you are doing, you will see 22nd August is very close by. Okay, fine. Okay, so I don't reject those 4 who have raised hands last time. Okay, I encourage them, but I want new hands. 1 new hand, 2 new hand. Okay, 3 new hands. So 3 new hands will get faster. Okay, so this time there is no scope for gender discrimination. Okay, because the house has discriminated. I have not done. Please start.
University, I will introduce the ideas of polarization. And sir, then I will try to connect these digital ideas that I have initially painted. What is human? The value of connection, love, and how these things are not matching. How connections are equality, and then sir, in the end, I will you paint a picture where opportunity, there is an opportunity, the positive thing that digitization can lead to a positive humanized society if the middle path, ethical user regulation, and then ultimately digitalization is a power within our hands. If you utilize it well at individual level, nation level, society level, national level, then so as to
Yes.
First, I would explain about what is digitalization. That is of relations, digitalization of things, digitalization of processes. Then I will explain what I mean by dehumanized society. So, reduce personal interactions, reduce human influence of human values, is impersonality, reduce role of men in doing things, and to please ideas. At the same time, I will counter this. I will explain how digitalization is leading to dehumanized society by giving examples. Then I will counter it by explaining that not this is not the only side. Digitalization is also making human society more human by interaction, by increasing social interactions on social media, spreading good deeds about our fellow members of society, community support, and etc. Then I would add a dimension which you have explained in earlier essay, that linking it to the nature. So I would have use an example of digital nomads, in which people are getting more closer to nature and identifying them with nature. And in this way, I will conclude that just being human is not being human. Technology is taking its course. We should also use it by making our society more human.
You have said about dehumanization, that part. What did you say? Because he elaborately described it. You have not.
Connected digitization, it's a fact of dehumanizing a person, then dehumanizing yourself.
Okay.
So I did not write the whole chapter. So what I was planning was that I will use examples to showcase how basic interactions of life have changed drastically. For example, first example that I have used is birthdays. So earlier, what used to happen was you used to call all your friends, and then they used to come with physical gifts, and they used to wish you, and all these songs and all these things have written. And now what it has become that usually it is on video calls, and then order is contactless, payment is contactless through Swiggy and UPI and all these things. And also when you are interacting with them, they are more busy on their phones and what story they are going to post, and how this has led to complete dehumanization of emotions and all these things. And so I am planning to use examples to further explain my question. For example, a letter. earlier letters used to be physical, and now they are mostly ChatGPT, and emotions are also using. We are expressing our emotions using ChatGPT. We just like write a prompt and then it expands our emotion. So in that manner, how human society is.
Anybody wants to supplement anything? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can begin.
And can be invested in human values, social ties, and family and other things. And the new ideas from other societies can travel long distances. One set of vulnerable sections can be represented, which will make society more humane, like males were represented less, and it made possible if we can connect a person from long distances and maintain ties, and this further this will not lead to dehumanization. And some examples which suggest that it can dehumanize, that technology will give the human intervention at human touch and the social values and the human values like.
So basically, the topic is very futuristic. So there can be a concept of dystopia which we can talk about, and there are various like movies or series which have brought the idea of dystopia. We can take references from series like Black Mirror, or maybe we can quote some examples. Or, sir, also humanization can be bifurcated in various aspects also. So basically, human is somebody who have imaginative power, who have creativity, and whose mind can think. So when there is digitalization, that power is taken away because we get very much dependent on the basically the digitalized things. So taking away that human aspect from human will make the human dehumanized. And also there can be a fast-paced aspect to this also, that when there is this race for digitalization, it will lead to the race for resources as well, which will lead to the catastrophic end of humans because we'll fight amongst ourselves. So the dehumanized society in the most literal form will be there.
First, I will explain that how digitalization is taking place in all the sectors, like interaction, sharing of experience through Zoom, augmented reality, then meeting and greeting through Facebook and all, then payment through phone pay, then shopping through Digit and all this. Then I will explain why this evolution of digitalization has taken place. Like why? Because people are giving more importance to time. Red race is being given more importance. Then so how society is evolving, evolution has taken place in the society from the collectivistic to individualistic one. Then what is dehumanizing humanized society, like that like profit motive is there. Society is devoid of values. Like these days people like in society, so in earlier society, civilized society, people were more giving more importance to humanistic value. But now what is taking place is people are taking focusing more on taking selfie during accident rather than helping out, going to help out, and then I will explain there are certain positive aspects of digitalization as well, but that should be balanced. There should be a balanced approach. Then issues of data and data privacy in this current generation of digitalization should be there. Then deepfake circulation, this thing. Then conclusion with initially digitalization can be a productive and efficient one, but if kept unchecked, then this is the beginning of the end of the civilization.
Yes.
So pretty much the same thing others have said, but I've also highlighted that is our society already dehumanized or not focusing on the word creation. So in that also I have said on yes or no. And the concept of humanized society dwelled into two aspects: degradation of values or physically missing of humans. For example, that people are only connecting online via through ARs. And in the degradation of values aspect also, I have highlighted the concept of morality, which can be like what values can be okay for one community will not be okay for other community, and then linking all of it with digitization and so forth.
You want to add anything?
I was trying to think along the lines of like, is digitization limited to technology? And now, the positives, I mean, I had counter arguments on the topic as well. Digitization is not leading to creation of humanized society, and but the ending would be on the terms of the how it is bringing the overall cognition levels down.
Right. Yes.
Sir, I will firstly, there are various dimensions to digitization, like technology, computer, robotics, data, and media, social media, and all those things. So from there, I will get certain examples, and also what is the meaning of dehumanized society, where let's say there is apathy, sadistic nature, or lack of ethical values, or narrow understanding of values, narrow understanding of happiness testing. Then also like cyber crime or terrorism, or from crypto or money laundering, robotics replacing jobs versus robotics cleaning or helping manual scavengers. So this contrast also I can give that the same technology can be used for humanized society, to create humanized society, and for dehumanized society also. And also, is it actually creating dehumanized society, or it is a vicious cycle? Like if digitization, or let's say if technology is with dehumanized society, then only there will be more dehumanized world or dehumanized society. Basically, it is a vicious cycle. If I give the same technology to humanized world, then it will create more humanized world.
Fine. Take us. Okay. Now, what difference it will make if I change digitization to digitalization? How many of you have, thought about it? Because I have seen that couple of, people are using digitalization. Now, digitization and digitalization are the same, identical. Just check it right now. Do you find it is same? How many of you find it is same, identical? There is a difference. How many of you find that there is a difference? You find. Fine. So therefore, those who thought or mixed up digitization with digitalization, their essay also will be mixed up. No way to rescue it, no way to save it. Fine. So again and again, I am telling you, just see the word. Don't attribute, don't flight. It will be dangerous. Then later on you will say number नहीं आया. देखिए आपका फुल फ्रीडम है, कोई टाइम कांस्टेंट नहीं है, तब भी आपका ये एरर बन रहा है. कहीं पे डिजिटलाइजेशन नहीं बोले हैं, डिजिटाइजेशन बोले हैं. वही जो माइनर जो एक थीन लाइन है, हेयर लाइन डिफरेंस है. आपको हेयर लाइन डिफरेंस ही दिखाना है. कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट अगर वो हेयर लाइन डिफरेंस नहीं देखेंगे कि एक है ना, न्यूरोलॉजिस्ट नहीं देखेंगे तो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा सब कुछ. इज इट नॉट? ओके. एक बैटर इन ए क्रिकेट जो जब बहुत तेज बॉल आ रही है, वो माइनर डिफरेंस उसको देखना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो है ना लेग बाई हो जाएंगे, नहीं तो एलबीडब्ल्यू हो जाएंगे. गेटिंग. सो दैट इज व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एक्सपर्टाइज. गेटिंग इट? वो जो है ना कॉलोनी का मोड़ पे जो खेल रहा है, उसका दिमाग में वो डिफरेंस नहीं आएगा. जब आप एक एडवांस लेवल पे जाएंगे तो वो चीज आपका अंदर आ रहा है कि नहीं, उसी का ऊपर आपका एक्सपर्टाइज डिसाइडेड हो गया. Are you getting it? Again and again I am telling you, are actually in that group of expertise, but अभी तक आप उसको शो नहीं कर रहे हैं. कहीं पे अभी तक आपको गलतियां हो रही है. आप डिजिटाइजेशन को डिजिटलाइजेशन कर ही नहीं सकते, क्योंकि ऐसे आपको करने के लिए नहीं बोला है. अगर करना है तो लॉजिक का थ्रू जाना पड़ेगा. ऐसी एब्रप्टली नहीं जा सकते, चलो बोल दिया, क्या दिक्कत है. Are you getting it? This is not essay writing. Are you understanding where the number goes away? from your hand, not knowledge. Observation, noticing properly. Clear? आपका भी ये गलती नहीं होना चाहिए था. Getting? Okay? There is a difference. तो डिजिटाइजेशन का रास्ते पे जाना पड़ेगा, उसमें आप डिजिटलाइजेशन ऐड कर सकते हैं, लेकिन कैसे आप ऐड करेंगे? आपका उसका एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा, उसका ग्राउंड क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा. अब एब्रप्टली एक बार डिजिटाइजेशन, एक बार एग्जामिनर सोचेंगे भाई ये क्या बोलना क्या चाहते हैं. डिजिटलाइजेशन तो एक उसका एक रेमिफिकेशन है कि गेटिंग इट, और डिजिटाइजेशन का और एक कुछ है. गेटिंग द पॉइंट. This is what is essay writing. Again and again I am cautioning you, this is what is essay writing. Clear? This is what is decoding. आपको मैंने है ना बोलते हुए भी देखिए आप गलतियां कर रहे हैं. Are you getting it? तो आपको लग रहा है ये काफी टफ है, काफी है ना अलर्टनेस चाहिए. जो अलर्टनेस अभी भी आपका अंदर तैयार नहीं है, उसको तैयार करना ही पड़ेगा. नॉन नेगोशिएबल. Are you getting my point? नॉन नेगोशिएबल. जितना जल्दी हो, दैट रेस्टलेस विल कम. क्यों नहीं आज रात को मैं कर लूंगा. यानी दिस इज द डिटर्मिनेशन, दिस इज द रेस्टलेसनेस यू विल हैव टू क्रिएट विद इन यू. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? नेक्स्ट इज ये डिह्यूमनाइज्ड वर्ड जो है, ये क्वांटिटेटिव है, क्वालिटेटिव है, एथिकल है. ये डिह्यूमनाइज्ड वर्ड जो इधर यूज हुए हैं, इट इज इन क्वांटिटेटिव टर्म, इट इज इन क्वालिटेटिव टर्म, इट इज इन एथिकल टर्म. Which way is ethical? More of ethical. Any other opinion? Yes, constantly. Huh? Mix up of three. Yes, you tried to cover also. Yes. You also tried to cover partially, I believe, no? Somewhere you have tried to say, but not so strongly focused, but it could be much more focused. So dehumanize does not say that आप सेल्फी ले रहे हैं और उधर मर रहा है. वो वाला dehumanize नहीं बोल रहा है ना, वो तो एक है, एक एस्पेक्ट है. That is not the only aspect here. यानी मान लीजिए ये क्लासरूम को अब डिजिटाइजेशन हो गए हैं. फाइन. एक रोबोटिक टीचर इज प्रेजेंट हियर, सो देयरफॉर ह्यूमन का कोई नीड नहीं है, डिह्यूमनाइज्ड हो गया. आर यू गेटिंग इट? तो इसमें कोई एथिकल इश्यू तो नहीं आया, इसे टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट हुई है. यानी देयर आर मेनी व्हीकल्स व्हिच विल बी रन बाय machine only, not by human. Are you getting the point? So there can be a dehumanized when you say that accident हो रहा है या selfie ले रहा है. That is one kind of dehumanization. Okay. Another is that more digitization means those areas human requirement will be limited, less. Fine. Now, if a human is required for 8 hours, now that human will be required for 4 hours. That means 4 hours I don't require that human. Quantitative. Again, it did not strike you. That means your thought process जिस दिन आ जाएगा कि है ना ये चारों तरफ से, that is called 360 angle, that's called spiral way of understanding words. Again and again I said you, please look at the words, take time, don't jump. उसका अंदर शायद कुछ छुपा हुआ है. Always think that मुझे correct करना ही पड़ेगा जब तक ये अंदर से नहीं आएंगे. It is not just you are giving me an answer. Are you getting it? Neither I am forcing you to give me an answer. I am forcing you to reflect upon it. Getting it? When you are giving an answer, you will have to see that whether I am reflecting correctly or not. Whether you are satisfying me, it is not a matter here. Are you getting it? It is not that kind of class. It is a mentoring. Getting it? I am just facilitating your thought process. Are you getting my point? So, that is why you have to speak out. If you speak out, then this facilitation is better. Are you getting my point? It is not an defeat or winning in the class that मैंने बहुत है ना बचपन में हम लोग करते थे, मैं तो अच्छा बोल दिया मैडम बहुत खुश है. It's not that kind of thing. Are getting my point? You have to think अरे मैंने ना बोलते हुए भी मैं डिह्यूमनाइज को क्यों एक ही एंगल से, एक लीनियर एंगल से देखा, एक ऑब्सेशन से देखा. That is not essay writing. Essay writing means a perception building. Clear? Essay writing means what all possibilities are underlying in it. How to unearth those possibilities in my discussion, in my argument building, in my construction of discussion. Sure? Are you getting the point? This second round, okay. What your mistakes, don't feel bad about it. Only think that और कितना रास्ता मुझे जाना पड़ेगा, मैं क्यों नहीं कर रहा हूं. और जितना आप अंदर से ये डिटर्मिनेशन तैयार करेंगे, मैं बोल रहा हूं, आप देखेंगे इंप्रूवमेंट हो रहा है. यानी आप देखे हैं कि पहली बार जब आप कर रहे थे बहुत जल्दी से कर रहे हैं, सेकेंड टाइम में थोड़ा सीरियसनेस आ गया, थोड़ा डिफरेंट है ना अप्रोच आ गया, हल्का पलका जो भी है, ठीक है. तो ये अभी जो है और है ना ये वाला चलेगा, उसके बाद आप देखेंगे वो पहला वाला से आप उसको निकल रहे हैं. जब तक वो नहीं निकल रहा है तब तक आपको ये राउंड है ना चलाना पड़ेगा. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? क्योंकि ये परफेक्शन लाना ही पड़ेगा जितना संभव, ना एब्सोल्यूट, बट सेंट्रल लाइन से मुझे बाहर आना है. क्लियर? आर यू गेटिंग एनी न्यू insight? Do you think that it requires a great learning for you, or your existing learning knowledge is good enough? Only the thought process is becoming a problem. Getting it? Your existing knowledge, existing insight, existing capability are good enough. Only little bit focused. Okay. Okay. और क्या है? अच्छा और एक बार देखते हैं. Getting it? So you go with a camera, you will not see many things. But a cameraman goes, he sees many things. That is, getting it? So, the practice of seeing through the lens. Okay. Just practice. I'm telling you, that 6-7 weeks are good enough to give you an advantage. And that advantage will, catapult you to a different level. Fine. So third one, not this one. Okay. Maybe we can go for some other. Go for this one. Okay. Take a determination. अरे देखते हैं इस बार, है ना. नहीं, थोड़ा सा अंदर से थोड़ा सा उसको तैयार कीजिए, देखिए क्या रिजल्ट हो रहा है. Done. Fine. Have you found that you are thinking little more? You are trying to explore little more. Some change is happening. Are you feeling that inside? Okay, that feeling inside is very important. Okay, if you feel inside that yes, some restlessness is taking place, नहीं अभी नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए, और थोड़ा देखते हैं, शायद और कुछ है, शायद मैं मिस तो नहीं कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है, गेटिंग इट. तो है ना, तो आपका प्रोग्रेस हो रहा है, ठीक है. ये कंपैरेटिवली इजियर है, पहले जो दो है उससे कंपैरेटिव, क्योंकि ये दो है ना क्या बोलते हैं कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग स्टेटमेंट में बांटे हैं ऐसे को. ऐसी ऐसे है ना कंपैरेटिवली इजियर होता है. तो I don't want to therefore ask in detail, because I want to see that your seriousness is developing. Okay, and if you feel that yes, I have done some seriously, okay, then it is good enough. Now let us go to that. I'm not asking deliberately. ये all आपको मिल जाएगा, बाद में देख लेंगे. Fine. When you are writing an essay, okay, it is answering the topic, but it is not mere answering the topic like your GS or optional answer. Okay, your GS and optional, by answering the topic or question, your what do you call, your work or action is over. Here it does not happen. you answer the questions, but then you also start developing perspective around it. All those which are possible around it, you also start working on it. That is why essay is challenging. Okay, it is answer writing, but it is also perception building. And it is presentation, but it is also examination and analytical. Right? So that when you're doing, you'll have to do in a manner so that it does not look very haphazard. That means it is spontaneous. Okay, through your language, through your expression, it is taking shape. Getting it? So when you are doing, you are actually running. You are moving. When you are moving, you are also developing a structure. When you are writing an answer, some idea about the structure is there in your mind. When you are writing an essay on that particular topic in that particular moment, at that particular moment, nothing is ready. You have to make everything ready, everything when you are moving. You cannot stop because time will pass. Okay, time is always dragging you. So when you are running, you are also developing that. And this is the challenge here. Construction of structure, organizing thought, okay, and you are functioning. Because you have not come prepared to write that particular topic, particular essay. That only in the exam hall you are getting. So all these exercises that we have done, now you'll have to see that those exercises have given you that capacity to do it now instantly. That is what is the challenge of essay. So it is presentation of thought in a systematic and soothing manner. It is not zigzag manner, then nothing will go. You might have seen many speakers, they speak, but only he understands or she understands, not the audience. It is not that kind of thing. Okay, so you'll have to make other side of the table understand what you are thinking, then only number will come. Getting it? Whether you are understanding or not, but the other side must understand. It is conveying a message. You'll have to give a message, a viewpoint, okay, an opinion, an idea. Fine. You have to share it, which will be appreciated, which will be received, fine, which will be accommodated, and then only examiner will be ready to give you marks. So it is substantiating logic, reasoning, rational argument. You cannot do it without logic. Okay, so whatever you are saying, there an underlying logic, reasoning cannot be compromised. It has to be there. Then only the meaning, then only the significance, essence of it will communicate to other side. Getting it? All learning of all these things is essay writing. Okay, and coordinating them, making a synergy of them, and then navigating it towards a goal, because you have to end somewhere. Okay, that means you are beginning, you are going to the your highest point, then you are coming down. You have to end it somewhere. Okay, so this cycle, okay, entirely spontaneous, entirely extempore, instant. But to make that instant thing, you'll have to practice a lot, because when a bowler is bowling to his batter, that ball is of that time, of that moment. But that bowler and batter both have practiced that much, so that bowler knows what I am going to gain and batter knows what I am going to do. When that calculation, anything goes wrong in that calculation, then one of them will win. Getting it? But they are not perfecting there. They are showing that how perfect they are. Perfection has been achieved somewhere else, not on the ground. Ground is a place of showing, displaying, exhibiting. You're getting it? So therefore, these coming weeks are the that behind the scene work. Okay. So common understanding. Okay. So that we'll discuss later on. Okay. So what essay subject is there in UPSC? It exhibits skill. It will show your skill. Fine. Not merely your English, but language skill, conception skill, bringing out skill, articulation skill, construction skill. Okay. Systematic thoughts process skill. So all this skill will bring out. It will show that if the government tells you that, can you think that rain is coming, what way we can make this this year dengue cases less, this much. Now building on that is the duty of the bureaucrats. Getting it? That only one statement, now that desire will be transformed into a systematic steps, systematic process. That means concept building, that means step building, that means process building, method building. Then only that will work. That is where a bureaucrat is required by the government or the state or the nation. Right? So therefore, UPSC as an agency has to test whether this person can be picked up, whether this person is having that skill, capacity, perception, attitude, attribute or not. So it exposes one's position, as we have already seen, social position, ethical position, cultural position, that already we have seen. We will see it again tomorrow. So for tomorrow there are two, what do you call, topics. You write it down. One is being human is an accident. Being humane is the result of efforts. Being human is an accident. Being human is an accident. Being humane is the result of efforts. Free speech is not about speaking freely, but rationally. Free speech is not about speaking freely, but rationally. Fine. These two I am giving, but if you have stock, you can definitely do more exercise. As I said, finally it is an individual enterprise. You will have to think that कब मैं improve करूंगा, कब मैं उस जगह पर जाऊंगा. ठीक है? So your confidence building is yours. Okay. Now if you think no, जो हो रहा है इसी में मेरा हो जाएगा, fine. If you see now extra effort is required, you will do extra effort. Fine. So this is where you are ending. Okay. And tomorrow we'll begin with the review of these two. Okay. And I like to see that when you are doing it alone, okay, don't, once you get a topic, then never consult any, material on that subject. Then it will spoil your creative thought. And whatever you know, based on that, you start doing. That means, identifying words, then seeing various possibilities of the words, okay, and then developing. Okay, and when you are doing it alone, see that it does not take more than 10 minutes time. Okay, अगर इससे कम लेता है 5-6 मिनट तब तो और अच्छा है, लेकिन बहुत लंबा टाइम नहीं लेना चाहिए. Okay, then is a still crisis going on in your thought process. Okay, thank you very much. All the best.